Hey everybody! Every so often, I like to bring to you guys something new and different that's out there. That's not the standard 6-inch articulated action figure, Transformer, Star Wars figure, G.I. Joe, what have you. Masters of the Universe. Um, I, I am a toy collector, and my primary focus is giant robots. I love them. I've loved them since I was a kid. Transformers will always be my favorite, but to be honest, there are other companies that have been making transforming robots longer and in some cases better than Hasbro and Takara. And this is one of the cases right here. This is made by Bandai. It is called UnitRoborn. You might see it as UnitRobone, depending on the translation, but the official name is UnitRoborn. And it's part of the Machine Robo universe. And if that sounds familiar, Machine Robo was the name of the toy line in Japan that gave us GoBots. It was a long running line. It actually started before Transformers. It continued past Transformers, although it has been several years since Bandai put out a Machine Robo line. It does look like they're back. And using the name Machine Robo Universe kind of makes me wonder if we're going to be seeing more and varied machine robos. Now, UnitRoborn is a series of two inanimate objects that can combine together into a robot of some form. This is a line for kids. There's no articulation, there's no posing. It is all gimmick, and the gimmick is the combining. These are designed to be put together, taken apart, and put together again. Unfortunately, there is no cross compatibility, but I think they're very, very fun. And what we're starting off with today is the smaller sized figures. This is UnitRobo, which is the name of the individual sets, the individual figures, SharkVendingmachine, and UnitRobo PlaneEraser. That's a plane, not a shuttle. I thought it was a shuttle. They combine, and then that's basically about it. There are larger figures. You might have heard about the lobster apple or apple lobster, which I think is a play on that Japanese song from the early 2000s, Apple Pen. I think one of the first viral J-pop songs. There's like a hamburger and a bulldozer. Now, I do have a couple of the larger scale figures, and we're going to take a look at those in a separate review. I got these from Amazon Japan, and that's where I recommend you getting them from because they're in stock now. Big Bad Toy Store does have them available for pre-order, but as we know, lately pre-order dates have been liberal estimates at best. And really, even with the $4 shipping, the price from Amazon Japan, which the unit price is actually cheaper than Big Bad, even if you factor in the DHL shipping, not that much of a difference. Obviously, if you're going to throw these in a pile of loot and then ship a bunch of things at once for $4, yeah, that'll work out. But if you want these right away, I really think Amazon Japan is the best way to go. So what we're going to do now is we'll pause and we'll come back and take a look at UnitRobo SharkVendingmachine. Okay, so here's the SharkVendingmachine, and really, it's a shark and a vending machine. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be a toy shark or an inanimate shark or actual living shark that combines with a vending machine. Really not that familiar yet with the story. I really have to sit down at the website, and what's nice is there are QR codes that you can scan that will take you to the Bandai website for UnitRoborn and stuff like that. You can look at the products, check things out, listen to some of the music. I don't even know if this is an anime yet, but it's a shark. Again, no articulation, no posability. The fins are on a hinge, but that's for the transformation. Now, I actually thought this might have been based on a real vending machine because I do recognize some of the beverages in there, but the print is entirely too small for me to make it out. But one thing I did realize is that this logo right here, which is the same logo here on the eraser, is just the abbreviation of UnitRoborn. So I think that's kind of cool that they're working it in. And there it is then down there at the bottom. But I guess this is how vending machines look in Japan, at least from what I've seen. There's two connectors on the back, male and female. Some reviewers have said that these clips are a little bit on the soft side. They are, but I'd rather them be easier to take apart than have the chance of them breaking, as has happened in the past with certain Sentai figures. Basically what you do is you line up male to female. The shark, you turn it this way or that way. I actually think, per the instructions, the vending machine gets turned upside down, so it'll just stand up and plug it together. Oh, first thing I would suggest doing is folding the fins back, but plug it together, and there you go. There you have a shark vending machine in its robot mode. And it is what it is. It's a shark and a vending machine. Now, there is to this series a musical component. These are actually the bars of an equalizer. There's a smaller figurine that plays music. I don't know if it actually scans these bars, these equalizer readings, and will play a song specific to that figure, or it's just a static figurine that plays one song. If you know, please feel free to enlighten me, because I am rather curious about that. But this is it. I mean, it's a very nice painted head. There's, again, no articulation. This whole section here is supposed to be the arm. There's really no molding underneath. Yes, the shark is basically held together by springs, so it will probably wear down over time. To disassemble, fold the figure over, close up the shark bits, and once you detach the shark, everything will lock back into place. There are buttons, one right there, one right there. That actually is what triggers the catch. So if you press down, that will spring up. So that's about it. Like I said, very simple. The whole toy is the gimmick. I mean, this is what it is. This is a gimmick line, and the gimmick is that spring transformation. So let's pause and take a look at PlaneEraser. Okay, so here's PlaneEraser. And between the two of them, this was the one I was looking forward to a little bit more. And I have to say, I was a little bit disappointed, and it has to do with the plane here. There is landing gear, so it does sit at an angle like that. But my issue, it has to do with the wings here. These freely hinge. There's no real stopping point. You have to visually line it up so it'll sit right. And that's a little disappointing. I would have hoped to have maybe a spring or a ratchet there just so it'll line up and not look off. Erasers and eraser. There's really not much to it. So, without further ado, let's get to the combining. One thing I can tell you is, again, from other reviewers, these type of combiners that are flat surface to flat surface tend to work better and hold better than, say, the ones that are curved, like apple lobster. So we'll just bring this together, and the reason I'm grabbing the eraser like this is to allow these to spring down, but plug it in, and there you go. Now, with this, there is a little bit more of a traditional Transformers one-step changer. Fold up the wings. That will basically form more of the tail, and you'll see those equalizer patterns, and then come in the front here and fold out the remaining legs, and you basically have like a little wolf or dog. So, yep, that's about that. Again, those equalizer bars. This is kind of cool. I dig it. You know, not everything has to be a bipedal robot. It's a robotic animal. You know, to reset, I would say just pull it apart like that. Flip the head back in until it snaps into place. Bring the wings down. And then you would just fold up those front legs and then bring everything up together so it all snaps into place at once. If you do them separately, the action of folding them in will trigger the other leg, so it'll just be going back and forth. But just plug them in. There you go. These are sort of like the crash combiners that we've had in various lines since Robots in Disguise 2015. So that's about it. We'll pause, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. Like I said, I think these are fun figures. And to be honest, this is the most fun I've had with a transforming toy this year. There's actually some figures coming from Takara that I have that I think might even supersede that. But these are definitely more fun than anything from the Legacy line. I'll pause and I'll let that sink. You may want to pause the video just to let that sink in. But yeah, these are simpler, yes, but they are much more fun. And at the end of the day, to me, that sometimes is a bit more important. You know, there's a Masterpiece train I haven't even looked at yet that I'm not really sure I'm going to want to, just because of how complicated it might actually be, and it might even fall apart. As I said in the beginning, these are in stock now at Amazon Japan, and you can pre-order the next wave that's coming in September. I think, I gotta check, but I think I might pass on those just because I don't really enjoy the look of some of them. You can also pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store, but in terms of price and speed of shipping, I feel that Amazon Japan is the way to go. So this is your old pal Chuck for the Machine Robo Universe UnitRoborn line. This is UnitRobo, SharkVendingmachine, and PlaneEraser. Like, comment, and subscribe. Helps with the algorithms. And we will see you next time.